thought they were when we first got the assignment. And we realized that for some people, writing poetry comes very easy. And for others, you struggle and labor and struggle and labor, and it is exhausting. And some people are just naturally very creative. They know exactly what kind of mask and how to do this and who they want to portray, and it just all comes together. For others, that's a more difficult task too. And for some people, memorizing is very easy. But for others, it can be So I think that is one of the wonderful things about coming together and doing our work and our projects, that we enjoy each other's strengths and we can encourage and as we see successes come out of lots of struggle and work, and we can enjoy each other's giftings in everything as something that we're really good. We're really looking forward to this and want to get started. Okay. The assignment was to take a Greek myth or a Greek story and then adapt it and do it in, make it into a monologue, or in some cases it will be a dialogue. It can be done in a contemporary way, or it can remain a little more true to the historical story and be a pretty direct retelling of a myth. So there's a good bit of leeway in that part of the assignment. And then to create a mask, a Greek style mask to use as a part. Okay, and what did you ask?
Let's open prayer. Hello, stranger. How may I help you? Some call me Quicksilver, but I don't need you. You see, I can help you along your way with advice, instruction, and magic, I say. What, you doubt me now, although we first met? I'll tell you of my travels, and believe you shall get. You see, I was once on my way to a certain business of mine when I chanced to meet Perseus, and just in time, who slayed that fierce Gorgon was his aim, and if he failed, he would die in shame. So help him I did, and my sister Wisdom did too, to polish his silver shield till it shone bright and true. So he would only see the reflection of that old Gorgon crone, and he would not see her eyes and would not be turned to stone. Oh, there was another adventure, which was as great as the last. It involved a proud, wealthy king, that gold-loving Midas. Such was his want for the yellow metal stuff that I appeared and gave him the golden touch. At first he was happy, but I knew that he would learn that there's much more to life than just what you earn. His daughter, poor King Midas, happened to hold, and in that instant she was turned to gold. So stout was he, and he repented in truth, that I removed the touch and returned his daughter anew. Well, stranger, there's so much more to tell, and if you would like, hark, listen well. This certain tale is right good and true. It is of little Pandora, and what curiosity can do. I knew of her flaws in her perfect world of peace, but I could teach her a lesson, although it caused grief. A mysterious box, as pretty as stars. I gave it to her for her to guard. She was not to open it, nor look inside, only to guard it, and in my wisdom confide. But oh, did she look, and oh, did she find that troubles ensued in that tragedy unkind. Oh, then there was that time, I remember it well, when I was traveling with a friend to a town on a dale. The residents there were horrid to see, and because of our poor clothes, they threw rocks with glee. There was only one couple, a nice old man in white, who invited us in after the strike. They gave us of their food and bed, although they were poor as could be, and have never met anyone with their good grace and charity. So as a token of our goodwill, I made their food never run out, and their pitcher always filled with the richest of milk that soon grew national fame, as did their home, which did the same. But their town and neighbors, they suffered a much worse fate. They were all turned to fishes, and their town a lake. So, dear friend, I, Quicksilver, must bid you adieu. Good luck in all of your trials, and all of your adventures, too.
Aphrodite, why are you so angered by me? Gods of love, who's caused such misery? And thou hast taken my only love, your son, Eros, the one I adore. Was it the name that stirred your heart? The new Aphrodite that tore you apart? What misery must we now endure because my beauty has poisoned your soul? Oh, goddess of love, how can it be that you would separate my love from me? You tried unsuccessfully to still my fate, the bitter spirit and vile hate. It was your curse that caused our love to be. Eros pierced with an arrow pierced himself and me. And now you've taken my only love, your son, Eros. The oracle's vision proved true. A mortal man will not be wed. But a winged creature, even gods do fear. His one request I fail to revere. It was my fear that caused my folly when I gazed upon his sleeping face. By disobeying his one request, I forfeited a love and failed the test. Your son to be claimed. Yes, the task has been given, but an impossible one. Such a sorting of brains cannot be done. Yet often labor to chamber my love and I. Failure demands are met. But wait, what piles do appear? Perhaps the sorting of grains is near. Barley, lentils, poppy seeds, and corn. I see the movement upon the floor. Where have you come from, little ants that I see? Have you been sent to set my dear Eros free? Praise be to Zeus, you have seen my sorrow. The task will be completed by tomorrow. Vile looking as I should expect. Another task, another trick. Oh, Aphrodite, where demands never cease. The mere mortals like me to live with you in peace.
Oh, good Cupid, for bringing me to this fate. No doubt I am horrid for saying such, but when I was young, I was of much beauty, with hair of gold and lips of red. But cursed am I to shed these tears, for gone are those happy blissful years. As I am told, it happened on springtime morn, when this cursed release was to be born. For as I walked through field and grove, I spied a boy, Cupid with his bow. When in heated discourse with Apollo, shot Apollo with his bow. His target marked, and pierced him through, right through the heart. Then spying me, shot me too. I fled with horror, sorrow, and fear, and he came panting near. I love you, he said, drunken with lust. But I replied, with pity and fear, how can I see my feet when you be near? Since my wife and lover you cannot be, you shall surely be my laurel tree. So, here I stand, in the peristyle of Apollo, and since forever youth is mine, I shall stand here for all time. Once a man of royal descent found 3 goddesses in argument. Each held the other in contempt, and so they asked him to consent to pick the fairest among them. One promised him glory and fame, the other wisdom and reign, but the last did nothing to fame, pledged a wife of beauty and fame. And so this man called Terence sailed away from his homely place, and nothing went wrong or amiss. He spied her on her terrace, and vowed that she would be his bride. There was one problem with his choice, one thing which he could not rejoice, for she was another man's choice, but he wooed her off with his voice. Far away and across the sea lay a land that was wild and free. The rolling hills, the crashing sea, the flowers blooming merrily. Here lay the kingdom of Menelaus. A long way off the tales were told of many deeds he'd done so bold, and of his castle, tall and cold, the lovely Helen he behold. Of Helen's beauty much was said, her golden curls upon her head had just a tint of auburn red. Her sea blue eyes like sapphires shed deep rivers of sorrowful tears. She was not happy as she ought, for in her mind it was not forgot. She was the bride whom many sought, though by only one was she caught. One day she sat beside the lake. To her maid she poured out her heartache. "O maiden, help me, my heart doth quake. With agony and sorrow break a heart so forlorn as mine. My fragile heart is thwarted in love by one who is sent from above. His name is Paris, and is my love, though I am bound to Menelaus. Paris is young, and Menelaus old, and I have found I cannot withhold my love for Paris or bold. Paris has asked me to go away, of which I know that I will say, come and let us cast away, and go across the sea so gray. Oh, mistress, what can you mean? How can you know you are queen? This lovely land is so serene, and if you go, it so shall mean that we will be thrown to the world. You are the fairest maid of all. If you leave, you'll be despised by all. King Menelaus, I know, would call to war all the men who come. Please, I beg you would not leave. For my master you would deceive, for you he would be much grieved, and nothing good he would achieve. What of your child? Help me, please. Please, I entreat you not to go. And would you leave your child so? You could not be so heartless and low as to leave us all in dreadful woe. Nay, you realize I cannot stay. You know I mean not to betray. You know why I must go away. We'll leave tonight in our small shade. You're not to speak a word of this, for if my husband hears this talk, he'll follow us in greater mock. But nothing he could do would block my love and I to flee his flock. Goodbye, my maiden, friends so dear. You and no one else shall hear of me again. Shed not a tear. I go in joy, and yet in fear, and leave my baby's care to you. So Helen left, and thus did start the 10-year war that caused this part. Many men this world did depart because of Helen's fickle heart. But poems of sheer marvel, pure red light, forever wonder men's sight. An ivory glow reflects the bright day star's light, shows the great beam of immortal light. Where is there a temple that this one has surpassed? Where can you find a great monument so vast? The bright-eyed Athena,
built its very last structure of Athens to her great glorious past. Why then have you turned your wise radiant face? Why have you thus abandoned your splendid place? Why, King, have you let our only hope die? Why have you caused the city such as ours to cry? Where now can we look for a leader, a king? Where now is gone the light that our heroes should bring? Now his spirit's bright fire, of which all men did sing, has departed and left the people wanting. Verily, was there ever such a man? That who could so wise and justly order his man? Was there ever a leader with such noble command? Was there ever a patriot with such a strong hand? You found Athens, pile of rubble and stone. Through your great guidance, she once again shone. You loved the city as if it were your very own. And in heaven she built too a jeweled stone. At your order, the long walls were once again raised. Our art, architecture, a dramatic play. Sculptors, architects, philosophers all amazed my friend, and earned you high glory and great praise. During your lifetime, the golden age of Heracles, one of splendor and riches, glory and ease. Some other cities with their brilliance grew displeased. The jealousy and envy would not be appeased. Spartan foe raging marched to lay us low. We then prepared to defend against the blow. Into the city where the people told to go. Sealed with our fate, and with our fears to die for. A mightier enemy stood for our land. Against its fatal power, armies could not stand. No forces worked against it, no strategy or plan. Now it was all defensive. That's man. They brought fear to the people of our city. Heracles was there to show them compassion and pity. He never stopped hoping that his dreams would come true, that Athens would remain a great city born anew. He stood up to people even as they fled. On the dead, to among the dead, but not among the crystal tears of despair, until we learned that our only son was dead. Flames swept through the people, claiming one by one. The rages among us, and the times in us. O great God Athena, why my people do you shun? Death is now claimed my mother and my only son. My parents and sons to the dark of the world, while fierce and evil's fury is still yet unfurled. He drew his life's final breath on that yesterday. The mighty spirit of Athens, so chilled and died away. Now our greatness has become a fate, and now our gods will not lend us aid. We have come to this age of decay. And now why to me death do you delay? What is there here in this perishing state that is brighter than this cold, dark, fleeting fate? Once the greatest people, face of this earth, and now the curse to be of its birth. How quickly our state of purity, and that is all dying in dark fire and bits, and causing torture to the people, but to me, the earth of pure silence, with no agony. For Hades is better than life on this earth. There is no God who knows its worth. I met Jason when he came to steal the prince of gold that hung so near my sleepless serpent that I would kill because of my love for Jason's fearless will. Then after Jason, my father came, and I, in defense, slew to gain my hero's love for me. With pain, I also killed my brother dear, who came after Jason to kill. Then to sea we took to flight. Jason with his argonauts, and I left at night. The excitement of the journey was at its height, when first one, then two boys were born to me.
he drew. When the face, the good face, suddenly turned and flew. What was said of his love for men? For Jason's reward for this deed, of which all knew, was the hand of the princess, his marriage to her true. Determined. Then I, Medea, flew into a rage, compelled by that which had taken place. The one I loved, now I hate. For now 'tis thou who did to me, and both thy children who forsake. Determined that Jason would not have last say, I plotted to take his pleasure away, hastened to the hilt with the robe I gave to his dear princess, that he might dismay if she burst into flames that very day. In a resolve to finish it all, I murdered our 2 sons, who were part of his wall, trophies that spited me. When he learned the extent of his fault, he came after me in revenge and called to me. But I flew away, and I would trade for 60 gold all his curses to a deaf ear. And with the 2 bodies of my sons, I, Medea, have won.
O men of great valor, here we stand, to die in shame or to glory in death. The Persians will soon be about us. Go now, men, depart this place. We Spartans will stay till our last breath, to keep this path from those worthless men. Go, men, do not delay. This is my signpost. I must stay. Thespians, Thebans, fellow Spartans, prepare to fight and die side by side for the glory of Greece, our country. Hew down those worthless barbarians. For while we in this land do abide, they must not desecrate our homeland. We must not relinquish possession, but must halt their greedy aggression. See the barbarians coming now, coming to steal away our homeland. Now arm yourselves, stand up and fight. Defend, destroy the foe in their dark pursuit of our homes. Today we stand, staring into the very face of death. Now we few men have nothing to lose, for it is glory and honor we choose. When this great battle comes to an end, the barbarians will leave in shame of how we few courageous Spartans did fight with great fury and vigor, and their great army severely maimed. Charge now, brave soldiers, without delay. We have nothing to lose, all to gain, but only dead barbarians.
This is Coffee Talk with me, Medusa. My guest today is Heracles. Government legislator. We'll talk about it. Call me, please. Bye, 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 four, 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 four. It's wrong, it's wrong.
Hello, Medusa. It's great to be here. I heard about your surgery. No more people turn to stone.
Laser crushing did wonders for me. So Heracles, tell me, how are you? It's been a long time. I heard about your latest labor. I'm sure the story is divine.
Well, I just returned from my latest labor. Golden apples from Hesperides. I gathered for the king of Mycenae, plucked ticks from serpent-guarded trees. I met a man whose shoulders he held the sky upon. His name is Atlas, a giant dude, whose job made him yawn. He was weary from his heavy burden, so I offered to take his place. If he would bring me back the apples, I would hold up space. After he delivered the fruit, he tried to leave me with his work, but the burden was already far too heavy, so I tricked him and escaped, the jerk.
Oh, Heracles, such a beautiful story. It's like butter. After you have a clap, you'll like no other. I need a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic if I must. Portable Greek historians. Take a portable Greek nor historic. Discuss.
Whoa, we are not discussing Greek historians. Another topic. I'm sick of Herodotus. This project, a Greek comedy, is neither Greek nor a comedy. Discuss.
Okay, I feel better now. A touching moment there. Let's have a call for Heracles. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, Medusa. This is Pandora. I have a little trouble. My former boyfriend, Epimetheus, has really burst my bubble. Do tell. It all started with a beautiful box, Zeus's gift to me. I just knew it held something totally awesome, so I couldn't wait to see. And then I met Epimetheus, and oh my pantheon of gods. We moved together in perfect bliss. I'm totally satisfied, I was not. I couldn't wait to see what was inside the box. Although I was warned by my lover not to look inside under any circumstances, I lifted the cover. Epimetheus saw me and was highly irate, but I was like, chill out. She's all the trouble in the world. There is no reason for you to shout. So we broke up, and I need someone new. I just have one question. Heracles, are you by any chance single? I can't hate rejection.
Pandora, babe, I'm taken. So find someone new. Someone who will appreciate the woman that you are. Who will love you and always be true.
That's a little sad, but now we're here for more. Let's have another cola. My number is 555-4444. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Heracles. This here is R.D. Models. I got me a situation. One of your god friends got this here golden touch, and it's caused some kind of complication. Everything around here is trying to go, even my daughter, I guarantee. And by God, you're coming to do something, or I'm coming down there for your apology. Just how big a boy are you?
Well, I never, in all my years, that was just naughty.
Well, I often evoke anger and jealousy. I mean, when you got this buddy.
I'm sure it's fabulous, honey. You like butter? I feel the clamp. You're smooth and creamy, made to worship. One more question before you go. What do you think? Barbara Streisand, the nose.
Barbara is so brave to keep it. I mean, forget Helen. Her nose can march 1,000 ships.
You're wonderful. Go ahead.
Well, it's been great to be here on the show. Medusa, Bob.
And you, Orlando Lake. I feel the clap. It's good to see you all. Watch next week. Okay.
You are butter.
You're butter.
You are butter.
You are butter.
You're like
You're butter with jelly on top. Roll and crackers.
You're supposed to salt and crackers, no salt or no fat.
Did you write your money yet?
What have I done to deserve such suffering, but yet I filled my own children with life? Now I'm under Eurystheus' hindering, that is for my forgiveness, not for strife. My disgrace forgiven by the labors given. The first of the labors being to travel to Nema, to kill the line oppressive with battlement structure in all but one place. Around the line's neck lie arms compressive. Then back to my commander, who did not slander, to send me to behead the Hydra of Lerna. The third being, I chased the sacred stag with golden horns. Then wild boar, Agnian stables, birds in the city, and on to slay the bull of Midas. given from Poseidon. All labors forth through 7, done without pity. Then back to Eurystheus, who moved me like a swan to complete 5 more labors, and to claim my freedom. The eighth, a tedious measure of being under stress, of having to capture the man-eating mares of Thrace. Then I didn't have any troubles of great, I confess. Then I drove the herd back to my master's place. The girdle of Queen Hippolyta was demanded of my master's desire. When the queen agreed, Hera told the Amazons that I was taking their food. My master commanded me to Erythra far away west, where I captured the three-bodied cow, Hideous, called the cattle of Gyra. Golden apples, dust of Hesperides orchards, then brought back to Erythrius. Erythrius enforced his final torment upon me as he directed me to Hades to capture a horrid dog. Three-headed Suberus regarded the location near the river Styx that lay in a rising fog. I grabbed the hideous creature with determination, and back to Erythrius, who let me go free. But I still mended a breast, even though I, Hercules, was claimed by mere mortal men to be the strongest to live on earth.
So for me the earth was black, happy as native children. I worked the fields without rest. All was well, till one tragic day, spring was stolen, and some would say. Farther than usual she would go. She spied blood-red plants and sow. She pulled it from the ground. It uncovered the whole to hell. Hades came with a horrid sound. Oh, the sad tears she must have shed. Oh, his manner of fear must have fed. He stole her from her field of green, and all that is calm and serene. Stole her from glorious Apollo's son, and me, the mother who loved her. Though she tried to scream and to run. But Hades took her for his bride, and searched for her. Though far and wide she was trapped in his dark hell, I cried, then to the ground I fell. But Zeus Almighty refused to help me. The cruel Hades had bribed him. So it seemed hope was not to be. I returned to earth with many tears, and nothing could arrest my fear. The birds stopped their sweet singing. I stopped all things from growing. The clouds grew black and darkened, and the earth turned cold, black, and darkened. Then mighty Zeus agreed to help. My anticipation sharpened. But oh, her fate this sad to tell, succeeds condemned her to hell. The fruit she ate to keep her there. Though Zeus tried to wipe away my tear. 6 seeds make 6 months, was all said. But for 6 wretched months I was mourned, till she returned, as the prophecy was read. Oh, but all shall suffer with me. For 6 months my pain you will see. Leaves will fall, flowers will die, things won't grow that they may try. Hades, I look upon you with scorn. But her life brings both spring and faith. So, pass quickly dreaded winter, bringing harsh cold without shelter. Spring and summer, hurry on your way. Bring my daughter a pleasant stay. Praise Zeus Almighty, who brought her to me. Condemn Hades, who stole her away. Fate says this is how it will be.
Long ago, when the world had just been birthed, there was a garden where grew wonderful trees, with all things sweet and healthy and good. Bliss, wonderful bliss, where nothing sorrowful had been. Chased of tears, even a simple fool, for there had never been discontent or pride. A warning in this garden so peaceful. Live, but no, death to those who gaze inside. Since the 6th day, dwelt here in our garden, the second to sin, Epimetheus. Neither father nor mother e'er had been. Made from him, Pandora, who beauteous mother of men, the example for us of helping. Also no hope, Zeus beside, in his slithering serpent. Be cautious, live but no, death to those who gaze inside. Before there was Pandora, Zeus issued to Epimetheus a box, forbidding that the contents e'er be viewed. Curious Pandora, seeing the box, asked Epimetheus to try the box. It is only for us to guard, he cried. Zeus commanded, thus our wish he blocks. Zeus did warn, death to those who gaze inside. Epimetheus left to gather fruit, leaving Pandora to ponder alone. The slithering serpent, claiming to have proved the purity of the garden thus known, addressed Pandora. What do you bemoan, wise woman, to surely even know Zeus's lie? The contents of the box must go unknown, she replied. Death to those who gaze inside. Desire to obey, still stronger than desire to know. So put briefly. Zeus knows gazing inside makes you wiser, so the coax. Our mother willingly believed, thoughtless of looming destiny. Pandora opened, and they gazed inside. For father returned and wanted to see. Remember, death to those who gaze inside. Alas, and neither heeded the warning. Instantly, innocence was lost, pain known. They cried, for from the box still kept coming. Rainbow-winged hope came down. Hearing their moan, you did wrong, but I shall not post it. You may still live, yet let your sorrows subside. Come, repent, I will not leave you alone. I shall take your death for gazing inside. Merciful Zeus, sent hope for our parents, but cast them out of the garden forever. They had perfect peace, but were discontent. Our state resembles theirs. Therefore, you
O heavenly muse, guide now my tongue, that I may tell all that my heart speaks forth. Of mighty Zeus and of Poseidon, brothers, yet much disagreement shown forth. Odysseus, godlike Odysseus, caused much strife between the great and immortal brothers. Odysseus was made to wander far away from his homeland with others. The great sea waves stifled his struggles, yet onward each comrade labored and tried to journey on and ever forward, but in all was anguish and loss of pride. All the gods pitied, save Poseidon, who pursued Odysseus with malice. Clear-eyed Athena, daughter of Zeus, made petition at her father's palace on behalf of the godlike mortal. Father Zeus, son of Cronus, king of kings, great Odysseus deserves not guilt. Yet you give no aid but his free reins. I have not forgotten the great Odysseus and kind-hearted, and his sacrifices were many. Still, my brother does not forgive him. Odysseus wounded Poseidon's son. He it is who makes life difficult. Go, daughter, we shall see what can be done. Mighty Zeus sent for Poseidon. Mighty Zeus sent for great Poseidon, that they may resolve Odysseus' plight. Poseidon came to the courts of Zeus, that he may gain pity for his son's lost sight. Have you at last seen, O brother, the evil that Odysseus has wrought? My son is blinded by this mortal. Polyphemus' greatness has come to naught. A wealth of sheep and goats he possessed. Now his flocks all perish without his care, and with them goes his wealth and power. All this the mortal scum has brought to bear. Nay, Odysseus desires only home. Polyphemus desired to eat men. Odysseus deserves not your wrath. Let him go. Hold not this thing against him. There's a moral to this fellow gray. Though mortal humans each of us, let not bickering come between. Life be short, so death approaches, how not grudgery be seen? Each mortal man will soon be judged for all deeds courageous, bold, or vile. To friend, foe, and fellow man be kind, and ill actions let the man be vile.
Okay, for our project, we did a comparison of Christ and Dionysus. You all know who Dionysus is. He was the Greek god of acting and of wine. And we'll be alternating stanzas, so I'll be speaking of Dionysus and I'll be speaking of Christ. Even before the gates of time itself were opened on that vast and formless void, which here, so artfully now sculpted lies, beneath the heavens and the lightning world. There wert thou, with no genesis. And from that first invasion of thy peace, when dust tasted blood that from it sprang, still thou remoldest from the broken ties another hope and another promise, a new horizon amidst the cloud of war.
Before the dawn of man's first tread and effort had spread its wings over the infant earth, there death out sprang, and wingless plummeting, the craven fowl death blackened in its birth, and mindlessly spurred on to pluck its heart, to satiate its bloodlust woe begotten, lightless, ever yearning, ever lost, defiant still, its last hope vomiting, jealous born, a twisted vision formed, separate and secluded from the world of mirth.
That world that now God breathed anew did rise and form a holy people bound by blood, but not by stolen blood from man's own heart, but rather freely given, laying down the life of one to bear the shame and take the place of all mankind. The blood of a lamb to spotless God to pass to thine own king. Here thou, like man, didst rend thyself apart from thee, and casting aside thy crown divine, lay upon the stones and felt the night.
The hate-black eyes did blink and gleam in lust, a lust for power and a lust for flesh. Midst crimson-soaked ceremonies of the dark, they offer slaughter in Dionysius' name. From a dark harvest of death and gore, the blood of life is raped in evil greed. The bleeding wound is filled with the flesh of its kind, and to the stench carrion birds did hark and feed upon the cannibal's remain, that fouls the air with the stench of death's dread flame.
Infinite, thou cloaked thyself in light, and ever being took a genesis, divinity diminished to a lamb, scapegoat, spotless one, now serpentine and bronze and wretched in that twisted form, writhing in the throes of venom death, inflicted by the serpent thou became. In darkness, healing all our grief and damn, thus unweaving death's entwining cords, and lavishing thy grace to us denied.
What mocking now is this from son of Zeus, incarnation ridiculed and scorned, a spiteful parody and jest. Dionysius, a goat in place of man, now leads the wingless fowl in bitter song. And on that blackened bird bemoans and wails, blinded by his tragic clouded tears. And vainly is his goat song thus expressed, to find a solace from this world of woe, and power from the dealers of his hand.
Trickling down in rivulets of red, the crimson blood or wine, the light from death, remembrance, high health, a wooden cup and broken bread, a feast from these does stream, a feast unquenchable, ethereal joy, while all about the darkness grows yet deeper. Still on it flowers full and never wane. And from the pit, the soul of man lifts up to see thy face unveiled in golden flames, and ever live within thy house, redeemed.
Trickling down in rivulets of wet red, the crimson blood or wine, the death from life, hearkening to the ancient feasts of blood, in drunken frenzy, ever whirling mad. Unwary of the path they travel down, mindless, ever stumbling, ever lost, wide and ever winding, paved in pleasure, as down they slide in a bestial flood, o'er the cliff into the dragon's maw, where hellish fire groans in darkness flow.
Better than going to the theater. Well, parents enjoyed it immensely. So thank you, students, for your hard work. I know it's obvious you spent hours and hours of preparation and energy, and hopefully you will feel rewarded. I think it's very obvious. Okay? Well, the rest of the evening,